morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
Welcome to Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide, where we believe there is a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and guess what? We can use it. We are using it every single day of our lives. Today is New Year's Day. What a glorious opportunity we have to begin and set the tone of our entire year. That you chose to be here. We are intimate today, more intimate than I've ever seen it, but you know what? Energetically, we are the ones that are benefiting. We are here together in community where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name. What that means, for a higher purpose, there I am in the midst of them. That energy, that synergistic mind of God here in the midst of us that we tap into at any given moment. At our winter solstice candlelight service, a few weeks ago, I was sharing a story about the great medicine man from the northern hemisphere. And that every morning that he would get up at dawn and he would wave his blanket. And amazingly enough, the northern lights would appear. And every morning he arose, he waved his apparently magic blanket, the northern lights would appear. He did this every single morning for years, and everyone worshiped this great medicine man, and they gave him their power over to him that he could do something for them. And then one morning, guess what? He overslept. And guess what happened? The northern lights came out anyway. Okay? They came out anyway. Because we are each empowered with the light and the energy. And that we can wave our magic blanket at whatever it is in our experience, and it will appear to us, because it is done unto us as we believe in our hearts. For where our treasure is, there our heart will be also. Where thought goes, the energy flows, it unfolds, because this is where we're putting our attention. So our theme for the month is the power of now, which was really popularized by Eckhart Tolle, who wrote a book called The Power of Now, a beautiful, beautiful work. And today is about our life purpose and starting out in life. Today being the very first day of the rest of our lives, and acknowledging the power that is within us that we tap into. And as we tap into this energy field, something begins to happen. And we can never go back to the way that we were. When you grow out of something, you can never go back to it. You can't really fit it all back into that same spot. We go through contractions and expansions. Contractions and expansions. And when Buddha said that life is like hands clapping, we have it, we don't. We have it, we're never going to let it go, and then where did it go? And then we have it again. But our goal is to have it, and to breathe it, and to live it, and to know that this is our nature. This is what we live from, this energy of spiritual awakening. And when someone asked Buddha if he was a god or an angel, he said, no, I am awake. And when we are awake, when we are open and engaged to life, life responds back to us with that same immediate energy that we gave out to it. So as we look at today as New Year's Day, I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. I believe that we set our intention, we open the space, and we let go and let God do what God does best by means of each and every one of us who heard the call and answered. Before they call, I will answer. And while they're yet speaking, I will hear, because that thing that we utter becomes the outer reality of our lives. The purpose of our life is to really experience enlightenment. And I believe that enlightenment is that moment that we know we have a choice. We have a choice on how we're going to live our lives. And as we open to the higher choices of life, our life begins to unfold in miraculous ways. And we've all borne witness to that. We've experienced that in our own lives. This morning, we have one of our beautiful members, 101 years old. I said, he's 101 and still having fun, wrote a book. And that book was called From the Cathouse to the White House. And he had envisioned himself as a chef, and he started out very humbly in the South, in those wonderful places that appear in the South. So from the Cathouse to the White House, he then found himself in the White House being President Ford's personal chef. And he did say to President Ford, "If I'd known you were so nice, I may have voted for you." And President Ford said, "You can still be my personal chef, and you don't have to vote for me." So I thought, what a glorious consciousness to embody it all. And that to write one's experiences and to be 101 years old here today on New Year's Day. And for all of you who are sleeping it off, we bless you. We know that there's clarity, right? There's clarity, there's energy. And I want to be as conscious as I can be going into this new year. We've all had in our lifetimes, we've been doing this a long time, those mornings where we thought, oh my God, is it morning really? And then we make a decision to get more conscious. And the more conscious we become, the more enlightened, and the energy of our lives begin to expand in amazing ways. When there was a beggar and he saw somebody coming by, he took out in his habitual way his little hat, a little baseball cap, and put it out and said, "Can you help me out?" And the man said, "I'm sorry, but I have nothing to give you." And then he said, "What are you sitting on?" And he said, "It's just an old box." He said, "What's in the box?" And he said, "Well, nothing." He said, "Well, I'd like to see what's in the box." He goes, "I've been sitting on this box for years. Nothing's in this box." He said, "I'd like to see what's in the box." So, he got up and he opened up the box, and there was gold in the box. And all these years, he'd had his little baseball cap, and he's out there, "Can you help me out?" And all the while, he was sitting on a box of gold. And energetically, that gold is within us. And that when we think that we have nothing to give, we pull from the energies within us, that amazing and rich space of the experiences we have had, and to have the willingness to transmute our experiences from the everyday routines of work into celebrations of life and love. And at those moments that we're going through tremendous challenges and possibly suffering, in fact, Buddha said that enlightenment is the moment when we know that we do not need to suffer. That we've learned, as Ernest Holmes states, all we need to through suffering. That we can learn by one or two experience. One is by bitter experience and suffering, and the other is by what? Inspiration, intuition, and seeing this experience as something, not a problem to be solved necessarily, but something to be lived and to experience through. And when I feel that energy of, I've got to make a choice here, I quiet myself. I go within to that secret place of the Most High and pray to my Father, Mother, God in secret. And what that means is we go within, we breathe. We just take a beautiful cleansing breath. We go within on this New Year's Day. And our whole year, really our whole life is set out before us. Choose thee this day whom you will serve. God, life, truth, beauty. When we make the higher choice, something begins to be accessed within us. And we begin to live and move and have our being from that space of enlightenment instead of the reactive mind, and what Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body. And that we become so habituated in the pain body that we forget that we have a choice and that we're all divine as our humanness gives way to the divine, as our humanness gives way to judging outside of ourselves, as our humanness gives way to looking out there. That Christ consciousness, that Buddha nature, the holy I am presence arises through this experience, triumphant and victorious. So it's our willingness to take a deep cleansing breath when things don't go our way. In fact, I had someone write to me and say, quit coming to our center because the prayer treatment that he was doing quit working. And I wrote back to him and said, the prayer didn't quit working, you quit working the prayer. That's how that works. The prayer is just there, doing what it does. We give the prayer life and energy. We imbue it with that sacredness that is who we are. The prayer is always working. We become the prayer that's praying itself. But the ego says, oh, it's not working. Why go there? You know, they're just saying what everybody else says. Well, you know, the minute we begin to put into practice these principles, we see the results in our life. And that is why for 41 years I have been doing this work. Because every time somebody gets it, the light bulb goes on. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And that when we can reach just one person, that one person is going to reach someone else and then reach out to someone else. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Because we become the lamp unto our own feet, drawing others into that energy field. The more we heal ourselves, we can serve others. And as we heal our own issues and we feel that love, that embodiment of God's love, the energy of light, we live from that and we can heal the old issues that have haunted us. We can let them return to their native nothingness from whence they came, because the truth is they are neither person, place, nor thing. They are only the life and the energy that has been given unto it. So we have a blanket that we can wave, and the northern lights come on, and enlightenment is revealed, and the experience of life is enlarged for us. And as we begin to wave that blanket within us and realize who and what we are, that we are empowered, and that we're sitting on a box of gold every time that we think that it's not going our way, what's going on here. It's another opportunity to go within, to learn and to grow, and to say, this is what I needed to learn at this moment. These universal principles of life work. It's a cause and effect relationship, as within, so without. If you want good karma, what do? You put in good things into the universal mind, and they come back to us. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. As ye sow, so shall ye reap. We sow what we reap. And if we don't like what we're reaping, we can sow something else, seeds of a higher nature. And I love the great philosopher who said, here's the paints, here's the brushes. You paint paradise, and in you go. And if you don't like something that's been painted, paint it out and paint something else in, and acknowledge that every single day of our life is a precious gift. Today really is the first day of the rest of our lives. Today we make a conscious intention to go forth into life with that greater awareness, and to look at the entire year in our life as part of this energy of spirit. That we're all spiritual beings. As that spirit gives way, a larger vision appears, and a larger vision, and a larger vision, because we are the spiritual essence of God, co-creating with God. Whatever we conceive our God to be, whatever name we put on our higher power, it matters not. But to really know it's within me. And at those moments I really need to know that it's within me. And that when we go through something, we always come out on the other side stronger, more empowered. And I have said throughout the years, whenever I have felt that I've had the rug pulled out from under me, I've always landed on higher ground. Always. So we're here to learn, to grow, to expand, and to absolutely be what we can be. And to have that childlike heart within us, that knowingness that, yes, we are unique and we are special and we are part of a greater human family, and that we connect at a vibrational frequency. And that if we don't connect at that level, that's all right too. Because as Fritz Perl says, I am not in this world to live up to your expectations. You are not in this world to live up to my expectations. I am I, and you are you. And if by chance we find each other, it's beautiful. And if not, it can't be helped. It's about vibrational frequency. It's about energy. And that if we want to know the secrets of life, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. And then we get out of the realm of personality. It's never about personality. It's about energy. It's about the light in the eyes. It's about that heart connection, one with the other. And I want you to know, as we move out into this new year, that it's an honor and a privilege to serve each of you. And each of you here today that came out on this New Year's Day and you knew that you wanted to start your year out here at Interfaith New Thought Spiritual Center Worldwide, that we are now aligning and we are affirming that this word goes forth in waves of light, truth, and beauty. And everyone and anyone who comes within our energy field is healed and uplifted in our presence, because we are going somewhere. Do you know where it is? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. And so it is. I love you. Thank you on this beautiful New Year's Day.
Happy journey, on we go. As this new year begins, I send you love, my friend.